Hello and welcome to Active Ideas. This is the Fenix 8 that I've got here on my wrist, and we're going to look into a maps and navigation video. By now you've seen the DC Rainmaker review and the Desfit review and the Chaser Summit review, so I'm going to try and do something a little bit different and just go into the features of what it's like to use mapping and navigation on this watch. And hopefully we've seen a big improvement. And just so you know, this is the 43mm version as well, which if you don't know already, the 43mm version is the version you should buy. Why? Because it has the biggest screen to body ratio. So you're getting a 1.3-inch screen. So it's basically as big as the 47mm solar Fenix 8. It's all getting confusing, but this has the same size as the watch that's bigger and solar, except it's smaller and has a massive screen. Anyway, let's jump into it. This is my wonderful watch face. If I access the map by tapping this button up here, it will take me to activities. I can select that, but if I go down, I can actually select the map. So we'll go onto the map, and that's where it's going to locate my location here in the middle of a field, and we'll give it some time to kind of lock in, and we can just zoom in using these buttons here on the left. So you've got the plus and the minus button, and they're going to be what allows you to really dive into that map. And yeah, you can see the level of detail I think has been massively improved. And yeah, just looking around at trails that I'm highly familiar with, they've updated like whole estates. Like this estate here has only been built recently, and it wasn't on the Fenix 7 Pro, even though physically it was here in existence. So it's nice to see how detailed these maps are, and the refresh rate is okay, you know. It's got a lot of information that's got to load. So if I scroll really quickly, I can really stress it out. If I give it a second, it will load. So, you know, this is all working offline and it's not connecting to my phone, and I'm just scrolling like a lunatic. So, you know, it's not like normal use case. And you can see the shading here as well. I don't know if it's weather or terrain or like the hills and stuff like that. I have no idea, but I do know that it looks absolutely sick. I've seen a few glitches on the Fenix 8 at the moment, but obviously this is brand new. So hopefully Garmin do kind of iron it out. But yeah, look at that level of detail. We're getting great detail here, and it's something that you can use like Google Maps. You can really kind of like double tap to zoom right into the maps and scroll with your finger, and it's all kind of self-explanatory, and you've got the plus and minus. So that's how you do all of that. And if you want to navigate to a random location, you'll just hold this top right hand button up. So that's a little tip for you, and you can actually select go. So imagine here, let's do something really cool. I've zoomed right out into the map, and you can see how far zoomed out I am just there. Tomorrow I'm actually meeting a good friend called Erin, and we're going to be running at Wales next to sea. So Wales next to sea is the most beautiful place in England, and I shouldn't really share that secret with you, but I have. If you ever visit the UK, head to the Norfolk coast and have the best time of your life. But anyway, on the map, we've quickly scrolled to around 40 miles away from where I am. If I hold down that button like I just said, and you can see there, look, the coordinates are 43 miles away because I live here and I know how far away it is, and I can press save location, which is cool. If I want to save like a location of a tent, my camping spot, where my car is before I head up the mountain, I can review the coordinates or press go. And what you'll find here is you can choose to trail run, you can bike, you can do what you want to do to get there. And what you can see here is it's actually calculating how far away that is. So it's just going to work it out. And again, we've asked it to calculate 43 miles of offline maps all the way to the coast from this exact location. I've just selected play because I'm getting a bit bored waiting for it. But yeah, we've located the GPS signal, and it's still just calculating that distance. And I love now, this is actually something I said in my last review. So thank you, Garmin, if you're watching my reviews. It would be nice to have some communication with you guys, but I keep reaching out and have nothing. But I feel like you've seen some videos, because this was a major thing for me. Having calculation times means that you now know how long you've got to wait for your course to be calculated. So we know that it's calculating a course all the way to the coast, and we're 43% through. So I think that's great that we can now see progression of how long the watch is taking to calculate an offline map 40 miles away, and it's doing it all in the watch. Okay, so the course has been calculated. I won't lie, I did change the course. I couldn't be asked to wait for it to calculate. It took ages, to be honest, but in times of desperation, it's really cool, I think. So anyway, we've got this new course that I've calculated, which is basically about a mile away, and we're in the navigation spot. So here you can see how far away the destination is. You can see the map on the right, and you can also see the timer for our workout as well. Obviously, that purple trail on the watch is the trail that is calculated for the direction for us to follow, and I believe that red arrow there is north. If I go down, you can see the distance remaining. Oh, and at the minute we can actually see we're off course as well. So I'm just being directed to the direction of the course. And when we get onto the course, where it will say up here that we're on the course, it will tell us how long it will take us to get to our destination. We've also got the elevation of the course that's just been created on the watch with no phone connection. And if we scroll down again, we're back to where we started. So that's the navigation page. We can also head, if we unlock this new feature, the screen lock, where you tap your screen, you slide that lock down to unlock the screen, and then you can go to the right hand side. So you can get onto the activity pages that you've created. So I like to have the timer. I've got obviously the distance, the pace, my heart rate. I've also got the lap time and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. The sunset, it sets soon, the time of the day. And then we've also got the map. So these are pages that you can change if you want by going into activity options, data screens, and you can add as many of these data screens as you want and add extra pages. So you can go add new and add all of these different data pages. As this is a navigation video, we'll add a compass, and we'll also see what else there is. You can add elevation, in reach, up ahead, and route elevation. Let's actually add up ahead. So I can now scroll through the data screens to get to the compass, and I do think the compass is very fluid. And it's one thing I actually called out from Garmin, to be fair, because Suunto's compass was so good. So it's nice to see now we've got a really good functional compass that you can now lock the heading of. So if you want to take a quick bearing, you can. I just wanted to say as well, at any point of navigation, you can click this button and you can stop the navigation, obviously. You can go back to start. You can go turn by turn and have a look at a more kind of text-based visual thing that you can look at. Oh, head up Croxton Road for 16 foot, take a right, and then you've reached your destination. So you've got all these different options for when you select on the map and you want to navigate to it. Let's change something else then. Let's go back to navigate and see what other options we have. So we've got navigate back to start, we've got recent, so you can navigate to a recent location. We've got saved waypoints, courses, and collections. I'm not sure what collections means. We've got explore nearby, and we've got create a course. We've got coordinates and use map. So we've already used the map. We're going to go on to saved. I've sent a few GPX files to this watch, so you can see all of them here. We've got High Lodge Fair Trail. We've got Rebellion Way, a 230-mile course in Thetford with beautiful gravel trails. We have the Hunstanton to Wales. Again, that place I was telling you about that you have to visit. We're going to go running there tomorrow. Best place in the UK if you like the beach. And we've got the Rat Race, Hadrian's Wall. If you fancy watching that vlog, check out my channel. But anyway, we're going to go on to the vertical map video. And why? Because I used the Garmin Forerunner 965 with this GPX. If you guys want to compare how navigation looks to the Forerunner 965 or the Fenix 7, yeah, we've got the exact same GPX course here. So you can see it's showing the length of the course, the amount of ascent in the course. It's also showing when I created it and the total elevation in feet. And obviously I've called it the vertical map video GPX. We can go down to more. I'm just going to show you the elevation profile for that course and you're back to square one. So let's select do course. Let's load it up and let's follow towards where it is. So what's a bit interesting is it's pointing in the wrong direction, which is a bit weird. It's not actually loaded the course. It's still stuck on navigate too. So maybe if I press stop navigation and go again, hey? So it wasn't able to dynamically switch the courses. I think that might just be a bug or something, or maybe I don't understand the U.S.A, but you used to be able to switch courses quite easily and it would just do it. Anyway, we'll go on to navigation. We'll go back to courses, saved, vertical map video, do course, and hopefully it'll point in the right direction now. So that's interesting. I've obviously started the course and usually it would navigate you towards the start of a course. I don't know if it's because I'm so close to the course that it's not showing me, but I actually have to zoom out a second. So if I zoom out, you can see that the course starts over there. So we're going to walk over to it. Hopefully it will say that we're on course. So we are getting closer now. It is literally just up that trail. So approaching point. And as you heard there, so now you can see that we're on course. It's going to show us an estimated time of arrival. The current time now is, if I just show you here on the Suunto Race S, if you want to see a comparison video, wait a couple of days. It's 6:33 in the evening and it reckons we're going to get there at 6:55 at this current snail trail pace. And if I zoom out here, you can see what the course looks like. So it goes up towards that fence there, all the way across to the end of the field, half a mile over there, up and then back again. It's just like a Z shape, and if I zoom out you should be able to see that. So let's zoom all the way out and there we go. You can see that kind of backwards S shape that I've talked about. This kind of look is annoying me because it activates so quickly, and I'm someone who actually likes using the touchscreen. Like, this is cool, but I think it's wasting a lot of my time. If you are in a race situation, it's raining and you don't want to be worrying about touchscreen, I think, yeah, that's cool. But for me in training, I want to be faffing around with my watch and enjoying the Fenix 8. So this thing is peeing me off. So let's turn it off. To do that, hold down the up button just there, click watch settings, go on to display, and the touch lock. Let's turn that off. But anyway, this is what it looks like when you're navigating a GPX file. If you were up in the mountains, you'd see all of your elevation profiles, these waypoints. This is a terrible course on the field, but you'd see checkpoints. So I recently did Snowdonia by UTMB, a massive race, and I made all these waypoints and actually corrected them. So, oh, this is a water station, this is a food station, this is checkpoint 3, and you can do this in the Garmin app. And again, you still have access to all your usual data screens by just kind of scrolling through these. These are whatever you've made. You can swipe to the right to get all your music, and you can swipe to the left to get to like the settings where you can change your sport if you're doing triathlon, or save your location quickly because this is an outdoor focused watch, or navigate to somewhere else because you're getting bored on your trail. Activity options because you want to change your data screens or something like that, or set nutrition alerts. Maybe add a metronome because you're a terrible runner and you need to know how to run to 180 beats per second, or you want to change the map settings and change the layers that you can see, or you've downloaded Talkie Toasters maps. Never done that in my life, but apparently they're great, as Gary from Tea and Trails would tell us. And I'm just always been a bit too scared to download them and put them on a £1,000 Fenix, but maybe I'll give it a go because it would be nice to have a bit more detail. Routing, avoidance, anything. So you can avoid unpaved roads and you can avoid ferries if that's useful for you. And if I go down to navigate, again, we've got back to start, so I can always get back to the car, back to the tent, back to civilization. We've got explore nearby, so let's do that. We've not done that yet. If I click on explore nearby, it's going to use the watch. And again, I haven't got this Garmin Fenix 8 connected to my phone that's recording all of the audio for this video. These are not connected right now in any way, but you saw how quick that was. So I can explore the local bike shops because I need to repair. So I go onto bike shops and it's going to search and hopefully find one, all without the phone connection. And I think that offline mapping sophistication is bloody unbelievable. Mike Cycles and Cycle King. So we've got lots of options here. If I go back, let's see where the pubs are, because that's what we care about. I don't care about my bikes. I want to know where the pubs are. Tea and coffee, restaurants. I want to know where the pubs are. Where are they? Restaurant, American, Asian, barbecue, coffee, fast food. Let's just click restaurant. I'm giving up on the pubs. So what's it found? It's found the Full House Chinese. It's found the Atlantis Fish Bar, the Tesco Superstore. If you're not from the UK and you're from America, don't worry. This is basically our big superstore chain. Let's come out of here. Emergency services. You're in the mountain. You click on navigation. I'm in emergency. I need the hospital. Let's see what happens, eh? It is showing me a lot of the local pharmacies. And you can also, I believe, type in what you're actually searching for and it will have an attempt at finding it for you. Parks and gardens, swimming pools. Let's have a look where the closest swimming pool is. I'm intrigued to think what it says. Again, this is all being calculated on the watch here. And there we go, it has found swimming pools that are quite close. I'm sorry guys, I don't know where your pubs are. I know it's here on Garmin somewhere, but I can't be asked to find it. But yeah, you can see here how you can play for ages on the Explore Nearby feature. You want to find a cabin nearby. You want to explore the local summit because there's a summit nearby. This Garmin is probably going to know where it is and how to get you there. Turn-by-turn navigation on trails, on roads, with no connection to the phone needed. Obviously, you need GPS signal, but you get that everywhere. So we're covered, we're good. And hopefully this does have fantastic GPS signal. So the other thing is you can use coordinates. You select coordinates, press that top button and obviously pump in your coordinates and it's gonna take you there. So you can do all that if you're in the military and coordinates matter to you. So we've got the round trip courses, activities. So if you've ran a route before and you said, do you know what, I actually really like that. You go on to today, it's gonna load up that route for you and let's do the course. We can do it. I think that's really good. And it will take you exactly the way you went before. We've got sight and go. We'll quickly show you that. So let's point to something that I want to sight towards. Let's set the bearing over there and see what happens. So I've just set the bearing and is it gonna, and there we go. It's got the bearing and it's taken me there. I think that's really cool. So now we have the map. I set a bearing in that direction for infinity. Let's say I spotted a mountain or a tent or you're Cameron Haynes or Joe Rogan and you're searching for your elk and it's over in that direction. We've set our bearing and now we can start walking towards it and hopefully there we go. The GPS compass has snapped into place and we're heading towards our bearing. The last navigational feature we've got. So we're going to swipe to the right again. We're going to go down to navigation and we're going to go on to create a course and we're going to go on create a round trip because I fancy running 7 miles. I want to run 7 miles north because I'm in the fields at the minute. So let's run north to stay in the fields. And it's going to calculate it for me. Let's see if the calculation times have improved from the Garmin Forerunner 965. And I would say, bloody hell, I didn't have hope there, but it's just shot up to about 90% in about a second. But how is it going to get on with that last 5%? Okay, it's done it. I don't know what it's done. There we go. So we've got a 7-mile course there. Oh, we're calculating course option number 2. And I think we had a limit on how many courses could be created on the Garmin Forerunner 965. I can remember that being a thing, like it was 3 or something ridiculous. So let's see if we can do more than 3. Because, you know, you might not like the course it's giving you. So look, we are stuck. I do have a good memory, guys. Considering I buy all these Garmins myself, Garmin don't talk to me. I buy them myself. I can remember the 965 was limited to 3 courses. And so is the brand new Garmin Fenix 8. This is why you come to Active Ideas, to get this nitty gritty information, hey? But anyway, let's select course 3. We can explore the map. So it's just loading the map. And this is the course it's created, and we can explore it, and we can zoom into the course and have a look at everything. And then I can come out because I'm like, yeah, I'm happy with that. What's the elevation like? That's all I care about, bruv. Am I going to die? Is it going to kill me? It does take a while to load the elevation. You can save the course. You can view the climbs, individual climbs. Oh, it's loading. I have found there's a lot more loading and glitching and bugs than I expected on the Garmin. I still think it's obviously a fantastic device. It might just be the best device you can get. There is some glitchiness that needs to be ironed out. So we'll climb 1 and climb 2 here. So I'm going to press the button and move my hand. And it's loaded. I'll press the button and remove my hand. And you can see there, obviously, there is some delay in press the button, move your hand, and it loads the course. But you know, this is all from the watch. This is the only Garmin, the only brand that you can buy at the moment that does everything on the watch. So, you know, let's not slag them off too much and go into turn by turn. The good thing about turn by turn when you're creating a course is you can see, look, is it going to take me through that dark and dingy alley where I might not survive? And yes, it is. So we won't choose this course. So that's what the turn by turn is for. You can do a little bit more investigation if you want. And we're bored of investigating, aren't we? So let's go on go. And again, this could be you. You're looking around at these beautiful trails and you've selected your 7-mile course, and off we go. I believe we're going. I believe this is it. So we're gonna pan in a little bit because I'm a bit zoomed out. And to be fair, this is what I was worried about. I'm in the middle of the field. It has actually calculated a course with how to start it. So it's showing me how to get back onto the trail, which is literally just that bush there. And that is all accounted for in this course creation of 7 miles. So, and it's going to take me on a round trip of trails that I'm used to and I like. So I'm really impressed with the round trip course feature. And what's amazing about the round trip course now, and just using navigation in general on Garmin, is it now has a dynamic routing approach. So if you take the wrong turn, or you miss a turning, or you get stuck because a tree's fallen and you actually can't get past the course because it's obstructed, or a mountain's exploded, the Garmin can now do a round trip course dynamic calculation to get you round that obstruction, whatever's stopping you going, or just your bad memory, the right direction. I don't know how effective that dynamic kind of routing is, how quickly it kind of gets involved and how quickly it doesn't get involved, all that stuff. That's why I'm heading to the beach tomorrow to test all this out for you for an in-depth navigation video. But this is just having a bit of fun with a little toy, and there's not a video like this on the internet at the moment. As you can see, this is how we get the recording done. We walk around like an absolute weirdo. And I've got this shoved into my hoodie, pointing down at the Garmin just to get content for you guys. So please like, comment and subscribe, support the channel. I buy these products on my own. They're extremely expensive and I'm struggling to do these videos. So like, comment, subscribe is a massive help for me. That's just my genuine kind of outreach to you guys. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so you've seen all the basics with the navigation on the watch, and if you're, you know, heading to your first ultra marathon or you're hiking with your friends and your buddies, how to have a bit of fun, you know. So we've explored all that, the sight and go, the taking a bearing, all that good stuff. Other navigational features that I really want to show you are a bit more practical, a bit more functional. On the watch face, we can obviously see the weather's 21 degrees, and you know, we can scroll through and see a bit more information. And things I want to show you to do with navigation are like your ABC. So you can get your ABC, and this is why you've seen that red bar this whole time. And how good is that compass? Fair play to Garmin, they have come a long way. And you know, Sunto have been leading the game really. It'd be nice to see this kind of performance when you're moving the map on Garmin. That's what Suunto still does great. But what you can do anyway is you can unlock headings. So again, with taking a bearing for your old school navigation, you can point to that post over there. I can point my watch to it, lock heading, and now whenever I turn away from it, you can see how much I'm deviating from my bearing. So this is a really cool feature for that more kind of military way of navigating. We've also got the barometer, so we can see the pressure drop here, and I am getting cold, and you can see probably as this video has been filmed how it's getting colder, and it's probably going to storm soon. You can change this by going on to calibrate, pan chart or settings and have it show, you know, I've only got 6 hours, but I can change this to 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, whatever kind of barometer chart you're more used to seeing, as well as kind of units. I've got it in millibars, you do you. You've also got the altitude here. So if you're climbing up mountains, you're going to see 3,000 meters here or 9,000 meters, whatever you're doing. If you're in Norfolk and you're visiting the wonderful beaches that I've told you about, then you're going to see a number a bit closer to what I've got here, about 82 feet. And what you can see as well is it's so nice to use the touchscreen, and you can scroll through the history of your barometer or the history of your altitude and see how that's changed over time. So I like how these are interactive. Let's go back onto the widgets. We've also got, so we've got the Moonset in 24 minutes. Look at that. The moon's going to come out very soon. And you can scroll through the days and the weeks and change your location to get more precise information. Unfortunately, I've not had any naps today. I'm knackered. Temperature, I think this is related heavily to navigation. This is the ambient temperature. Yes, the weather's cool. It's 21 degrees. What is my temperature on my wrist, and what is this watch experiencing? I like this because you can scroll through and see the change of temperature over time. But why does this matter, Kingsley, you tell me? If you're into ice plunge, sauna like Joe Rogan, all of these things, hot cold therapy, or you're out camping with friends, you can leave your watch on this side, or even swimming in the water and see what the temperature is. This is fantastic. Don't get rid of it like what Chorus have done. They've got rid of their ambient temperature sensor. It's unbelievable. You couldn't write it. What else have we got? We've got the tides. So this is where we're running tomorrow. We're running near Kinsling, and you can see the change in tides here. How wicked is all of this information? Again, get yourself to Norfolk, a beautiful place. In fact, the brand new Deadpool movie, Deadpool 3, Deadpool Wolverine, was filmed here, so you need to come check it out. I'm not joking, guys. Deadpool was filmed in Norfolk, or some of it was anyway. And let's see the weather as well. So that's the last thing I think you guys probably care about. So when you find weather on your Fenix 8, you select weather, and you can see the feels like temperature, you can see the actual temperature, 90 degrees, you can see percent of rain, you can see the wind is starting to get a bit windy. You can scroll through and see different hours. So at 7 tomorrow, that's the temperature, which is great because I'm going to be at the beach at that time. Wish me luck, because we're running 20 miles tomorrow. You've got the daily forecast. You can scroll down and see the 12-hour trend of the temperature and precipitation, so the chances of rain. I never see air quality. What's going on? It works on Chorus, it works on Suunto now. Why can't I see my air quality data with Garmin? I have no idea. But you can also see the pressure, the visibility, and the cloud coverage. 15%. Are you joking, mate? There is no sun, there is no sky, it is more, it's 100%. But you can see the pressure here, and again, I don't know what this cover is. It could be 15% of the whole of Norfolk, and maybe that's correct. You've got the dew point here as well, and if you've listened to the Crushing Iron podcast, I highly recommend it. It's a treasure and secret I've kept to myself, but I can't keep it any longer. They're fantastic at podcasting, and they have really down-to-earth information, and they talk about the importance of dew point and how to look after yourselves when you're training. Last thing here, we forgot about the sunset. So the sun's going to set in 51 minutes. I like how you can see a visual representation of that's daylight and that's nighttime. The sun rised at 6:05 and it's going to set at 7:50 p.m. And this is what it looks like today. We've got dawn and dusk, very useful. Information, you can change the date, you can change the location, and you can make alerts. You can set sunset alerts and sunrises alerts and hourly alerts. It's all very cool. So this shows in a really cool fashion how the sun is going to rise and set relative to your position on the map. So how cool is that? You can see, I'm going to set my tent up there because according to this map, if I set my tent there, I'll be able to see the sunrise in the morning. Really cool, actually. I didn't even think how cool that would be. And we've got like a nice visual diagram here of the sun's kind of path throughout the day and night. So yeah, look, a bit more information here. Really impressed with that, actually. Garmin have done a lot to improve the sunset and sunrise feature. And the last navigational feature, this watch has a torch which if you get lost and it's dark, which it will be soon, you can get yourself out of harm's way. So yeah, the torch feature is wicked. So thank you for watching an Active Ideas video. This is the Garmin Fenix 8 and I've done a navigational video to show you some of the navigational features it has. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Support this small channel. I've had to buy this Garmin myself and it costs me my bank account. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and lots more to come. So peace out.
Dreams are a step away. And remember, show compassion, show esteem, and have fun out there. Peace out.